Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Ricardo Muñoz Muñoz. In this video, I'm going to talk about should more gun control laws be enacted? In the text, we can see that the United States has been the protagonist of attacks with firearms causing deaths. All this by people not fit to use them. This problem is due to the fact that in this country there has not been a strict control over the purchase and use of these weapons, which if we look at the statistics, 22% of Americans own one or more weapons, 35% of men and 12% women. Perhaps this has been because the use of weapons is part of the general culture in the United States, due to its colonial history and revolutionary roots. In other words, their beliefs are that the more armed people are, the more protected they will be. But the reality is different because this country has more armed violence than any other due to the fact that it has no control over the purchase and use of guns. Well, in this country, it's legal for young people from the age of 18 to buy and carry guns. A big problem is that the background of the people who buy these guns is not taken into account, so these guns are for sale to anyone. This has generated that there is no tranquility and peace in this country, as there have been different shootings over the last few years. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the sale of guns in the United States increased, perhaps because this type of companies didn't close their door during COVID-19, as they were not included in the establishment that had to close. I think that the use of guns is not for everyone. Therefore, it should be for people who need them to protect themselves or others, and who are people who don't have violent attitudes. I think it's not correct that an 18 years old adolescent has permission to use guns because he doesn't have the ability to use it correctly and still an irrational being. I believe that in Colombia there is no drastic control regarding people who own guns, since it's evident that there are many people who have guns in their possession and who have not requested permission to use them. In Colombia, there is an article that guarantees people to possess weapons as long as they acquire or have the permit. The Constitution prohibits the use of weapons by civilians in political meetings and elections. Gun carry permits are only valid for 3 years. Having a gun illegal is very dangerous, not only because of its use, but also because it carries between 4 and 15 years in prison. Finally, I don't agree with the use of weapons by people in Colombia. I just think they should be used by the armed forces for everyone's protection. Thank you for your attention. See you.